Alright, so now for the cost of goods sold or the COGS, we computed the total cost of all the ingredients we used each day. So to get this, we multiplied the amount of each ingredient by its unit price and then added everything together to find the total daily cost. So during our 5-day selling period, our COGS really helped us see how much we actually spend to make our product, which is the Chocomalo lumpia. So on our first day, here's the breakdown. So as you can see in the table, our first day is the total of COGS in the first day was 100.29 pesos. So let's break it down. Look at as you can see in the table. So let's start with the ingredients. So first is the marshmallow. So we bought marshmallow 1 pack. So we buy 200. One pack contains 289 grams. So it costs 83 pesos. And the quantity we used during that day is only 7.28 grams. So we divided how much the cost of each gram. So every gram is cost of 52 cents. But during our first day, we used 7.28 grams. That is why we multiply the unit cost and the quantity used, which is 7.28 grams times 52 cents. So that is 3.78 pesos. That's only for the marshmallow. For the lumpia wrapper, we bought 5 packs, total of 250 packs, which is 160 pesos. We assume that that is why we bought 5 packs of lumpia wrapper, because we assume that every day we can sell 50 pieces. But along the way, we realized that there is something change. Alright, so change is the only constant in this world, right? So for the lumpia wrapper, we used only 14 pieces in our first day, because due to some unpredictable something, we can say that we are in the first day, we really need to adjust. We find out that we need to improve, something like that. But as along the way, you will realize what is our mistake or what is the needs to improve during our first day. And the unit cost of lumpia wrapper is 64 cents each lumpia wrapper. But we only use 14 pieces during our first day. That is why we multiply the 14 pieces to 64 cents, so which is 8.96 pesos. That is the total cost of lumpia wrapper during day 1. The third one is the cocoa powder, cocoa powder, something like that. I need to search that later. So sorry for that, but we bought 1 pack that contains 500 grams, which is cost 100 pesos. So the quantity we used during day 1 is only 31.25 grams. And the total, the unit cost, we divided the 500 grams into the price. So we can say that the unit cost of the cocoa powder is 0.2 cents. So we used 31.25 grams for the first day. That is why we multiply the unit cost and the quantity used, which is 6.25 pesos, right? So 6.25 pesos the total cost of cocoa powder during day 1. Next is cream densada. So the cream densada, we bought 1 can that contains of 410 ml, which cost is 65.6 pesos. So 1 can each day, or 1 can, 1 mixture. So all the 410 ml we used that day, which is The unit cost is 0.16 HML. But we used all the can. That is why it's still 65.6, which is the total cost, right? Next one is the cornstarch. Cornstarch, we buy a 1/4 kilogram, which cost of 16 pesos. But during our first day, we only use 50 grams. So, and the unit cost of the cornstarch is 0.064 cents. But we use 50 grams, that is why we multiply the quantity used and the unit cost, which total of 3.2 pesos. That is the total cost of cornstarch during the first day, on our first day. And the last ingredients, of course, the oil. So we bought 1/4 because this is just a first day, so that is why we try to buy 1/4 kilogram of oil. That cost of excuse me, 25 pesos. So excuse me. So during day 1 is we only used half of the 1/4 since we only made 14 pieces. So the rest is we will the another half of the 1/4, which is the 1/8, is can be used in the next day. But during the day during first day, we only use 1/8 kilogram of oil, and the unit cost is 0.1. But we multiply it into the quantity used, which is 12.5 pesos. That's the total cost of oil during first day. And the overall total of the COGS in the first day is 100.29 pesos, as you can see in our table. So next, let's go to day 2. Our total COGS increased to 134.49 because we made more Chocomalo lumpia to meet the demand, because 14 pieces is very like, there is some of our buyers said that we need to make more, right? Because it is so delicious. So during our second day, same ingredients, same ingredients, but the quantity we used only differ in the marshmallow and the lumpia wrapper. So during day 2, I will just explain the marshmallow we used and the lumpia wrapper we used, because the same mixture for the cocoa powder, creme densada, and for we did the same mixture for the cocoa powder, creme densada, cornstarch, and oil. But it differs to the marshmallow and the lumpia wrapper because we make more Chocomalo. So for the marshmallow during second day is we use 27.54 grams, which is excuse me, multiplied to the unit cost, which is a 0.52 cents. So there is a total cost of 14.3 pesos. So that's the total cost of marshmallow during second day. For the lumpia wrapper during second day, we made, or the quantity we used is 51 pieces. So the unit cost is 0.64 cents. So we multiply the quantity we use and the unit cost. So we have 32.64 a total cost of the lumpia wrapper during second day. And for the cocoa powder, the same total cost from the first day. For the creme densada, the same, and cornstarch and oil, the same. So for the COGS for the second day, we have 134.49 because we made 51 pieces of Chocomalo. Now let's move on our third day. So on our third day, our total COGS was 136.11 pesos. This slight increase reflected our busiest day with the highest sales of 270. But first, let's start with the let's go with the table day 3. So in the day 3, the same. The only one that differs is the marshmallow and the lumpia wrapper. Because during the day 3, we used 28 grams of marshmallow, which cost of 14.6. And for the lumpia wrapper, we used 54 pieces, which cost 34.56 pesos. So a total of 136.11. That's our COGS during day 3. Now for the day 4, let's go for the day 4. Our total cost decreased slightly to 133.7 because we reduced some ingredient usage. So this shows that the marshmallow we used is, this time we used 26 grams. We used 26 grams for the marshmallow and the total cost is 13.52. That's for the during day 4. The same for the cocoa powder, creme densada, cornstarch, and oil. But the lumpia wrapper, by the way, we used 50 pieces, so which cost 32 pesos. And the total cost of during day 4 of the COGS is 133.7 pesos. And for the last day, on the last day, our COGS was 137.77, slightly higher due to more production. So for the marshmallow, we used 28.9 grams for that day. So it cost 15.2 pesos. And for the lumpia wrapper, we used 55 pieces. So which